Here we go. We're off to Buddy Wee Scotland to see what's going on with, Humza Eustace. Sorry, whatever his name is. What a monster. Right, here we go. Although I do like watching him fall off scooters. Become a warrior teacher. Last day. Come on. Come and join us. Never mind all that. Let's do something else instead. So, what we've got is, from the rather marvellous Humza Eustace. Oh, that's my door. Hang on.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
About the power. All power to you. That brief interlude there. Let's start where we let off, right? So we're talking about Scotland here now. So what we've got is in the Herald, Scotland. This is about this bill. This ridiculous bill, this totalitarian bill that they're attempting to get it's going to be on the books from the 1st of April. And all the women are going, right, that's fine. Let's just do what the bill says we shouldn't do and let's all get arrested at the same time. And this is just a show of a greater malaise, really. These authoritarian, nasty, toxic parents that we have in government right now, certainly in Scotland and Wales, and certainly to a certain degree here in the UK. So this is something that needs to be taken seriously, even though it's open to almost the most incredible ridicule constantly. Right? Oh, and also, did you see about WPath scrubbing their site? Off you go, Bowers, you larping bloke. Right, okay, Police Scotland hate crime training leaked. I'd be arrested for that, by the way. So I can't go to Scotland as of the 1st of April. I don't go anywhere, but that's not the point. Police Scotland's officers are being told they should target actors and comedians. Whoa. This is full-on communist propaganda enforcement, isn't it? So in Wales, in the last few days, we've had Wales, right, with their state religion and their heretics. Why don't people see it? These are dangerous people. Now we've got this. Training obtained by the Herald states that material regarded as threatening and abusive under the Hate Crime and Public Order Scotland Bill can be communicated through public performance of a play. I want the people of Scotland out their chairs and out there, and I know many are already, but nowhere near enough. You've got to stop this, and you've got to get these lunatics out of your government, exactly the same as we have to get the lunatics out of ours, and Wales has to get the lunatics out of theirs. Why can't you see it yet? Public performance of a play. I mean, what on earth did they think that was going to cause? So can you imagine it? So J.K. Rowling, right? This J.K. Rowling has said, I'll say what I want to say on April the 4th. I mean, it's April Fool's Day, 1st of April as well. Patrick Harvey's behind a lot of this, isn't he? That bloke, is it? Patrick Harvey? Horrible, nasty little misogynist. Is it him, is it? I may have it wrong, but, I'm sure you'll tell me. Either way, can we not see what is going on here? Scotland with its totalitarian bill. Wales with its totalitarian treatment of families who refuse to indulge the transgender cult. What? It's beyond me that people don't know. And it's extraordinary to see people do the most weird things that come up that, when you get your head in a thread, like I've got with this thing here, right? So I get my head in a thread. It's all about interference in our lives. That's what it's about. You will say what we want you to say. You will pretend the unreal is real. You will pretend there's such a thing as gender identity. You will pretend there's such a thing as queer. You will pretend there's such a thing as a non-binary. So it's all about pretense enforced from the top, right? Both the left and the right. The left because they're ideologically captured madmen and women, and the right because they want the money that comes from cutting up people, right? So that's what's going on, right? I know it sounds... I'm going to get one. Why isn't there a tin hat on my phone that I can put on my head? I'm going to get one, right? I'm going to get a tin hat so I can wear it. I look like a fat version of the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz, wouldn't I? So... If you can't get your head around it, you've got to start thinking about it in these terms. So let me give you something really strange that happened to go with it. I was on the Twitteroids, right? And somebody put up this story about a child that turned up to school with the wrong shoes on. And the school had punished the child for having the wrong shoes on, right? So I said, quite right, just buy the right shoes. Right? And it caused a storm of madness, particularly from left-leaning lunatic teachers. You should see some of the stuff they were saying, right? Who then started lambasting me, right? So I said, I'm saying... that this is the parent's responsibility and they let the child down. Right? Do parents have a responsibility to have their children ready to go to school and learn? Now, I would say that anybody in the right mind is going to go, yeah. So I put up a poll and 4% voted no. That's the 4% we have to find, isolate, put in a space rocket and send them to Jupiter. Same thing. Abdication of responsibility is the opposite of the imposition of totalitarianism. See it? So that's tiny, small and fun. We had a great thread going through it. But some parents can't afford it, and some parents and other people have got big, wide feet and all sorts of nonsense. And I was just going, that's not the issue. The issue is that the parent did not get the child ready for the school. Now, that parent could have phoned the child. That parent could have had a chat with the teachers. That parent could have done a number of things, but they didn't. It is a parental failure. Now, because nobody wants the parents to be in the wrong in that, what obviously is the mad 4%, they've all come on, well, what if the person has done this? And what if right, okay, so they've just arrived back from a coaching weekend in Hertfordshire and they left their shoes. They've gone insane, right? That's not the point. The point is the child should have been ready, according to the school rules, which the parent would know, to go to school. If there is an issue, the parent rings the school and has a conversation. Do parents have responsibility for their own children? And making sure they're ready to learn in school? Yes. Right? Now, some of these people seem to think that secondary school is like, happy, clappy, kumbaya, let's respect each other and all that sort of nonsense. Kumbaya, my lord, have you stroked your best friend today? Go on, stroke him, make him feel better. What have you been doing? Oh, yeah. Are you all being kind to each other? Oh, happy, clappy, happy, clappy. They're 11 years old. They get to school. They go to secondary school. Then they're 12, normally, in the first year. So we get sort of, get them in, frighten the crap out of them about the real world, and then get them ready to be sifted, which is what school is. School is a filtration system. That's what it is. We are going to sift them so that we can understand what it is they're best at. This individual is going to make a fantastic plumber. This individual is going to make a fantastic carpenter. This individual desperately wants to work on oil rigs. This individual wants to be an artist. This individual wants to be a writer. And then we filter them into the different segments that make sure that they are as competent at the best thing that they can be before they move on from school into university, where the real filtration begins and you filter out the idiots, right? So that's what the secondary school is. And these people don't like that, right? They don't like it. They don't like the fact that I would like a secondary school where competency is foremost. God. Oh my gosh. No, that's what it is. Now, if the 14-year-old would make a good tyre fitter and they're, they misbehave and they're fanning around with anybody, but they can take an engine apart, they should even go to work. That's it. Right? So we need to start looking at what we're going to do in education, because education is not fit for where we live now, the world we live in. It's not fit anymore. That's what I'm seeing. So this is all part of this conversation. I was at this thought in my mind once I got on this track. But the simple fact of the matter is that what they're doing in Scotland and what they're doing in Wales, the authoritarianism and the totalitarianism of those two governments right now, is allied to. It's not the parent's responsibility to make sure that the child's ready to go to school and learn. One is the imposition, and the imposition of edicts to the individual who takes no responsibility for it but just obeys. And the other is the avoidance of responsibility, which lets in the imposition from the top. Parents, you are responsible for your children being ready to learn and go to school. That's it. And that thinking, this lack of responsibility by people, is exactly why the Welsh and the Scottish government are up to this nonsense now. We're all responsible. We're all responsible to ensure the world we live in is free. We are all responsible to ensure that we do not have enormous governments and huge social apparatus that are designed to make us behave. They can bugger off. Collect my garbage, guard me from somebody that would cause me harm by war. Yep. Ensure that we help the least able to get where they want to be. And the rest of the time, you can bugger off. Provide money, right, as a social good to grow organisations, businesses. Point out where there's charlatanry, quackery and crap and end it so the public purse isn't wasted. But no, parents aren't responsible for getting their children ready to go to school and learn, and we're not responsible for what we say and what we don't say, so therefore we need the state to tell us. That is the mindset of weakness. That is the mindset of the totalitarian. That is pure leftist, neoliberal propaganda that lets the right in so they can mutilate the bodies of everybody and take the bits they want Tin hat. Tin hat. Get the tin hat. I'll see you later.